Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Thank you.
Are you? I guess. What's your background? Like, where did this even come from?
What's our background and where did this come from? Well, Steph and I have been collaborating for like 10 years now. We're best friends. So we've always had like a shared humor. And where this came from, honestly, it was so long ago, I don't really remember. We, for some reason, can't shoot something just like on a soundstage or in an apartment. It has to be like really inconvenient. And this one, we chose a sweltering beach. So yeah, do you remember where the idea came from?
Sort of. Yeah, we actually, the ironic thing was like, we wanted to write something that was easy to shoot. And we were like, okay, we want, like, let's just write something that we can do, like one location. We wanted something, one location so that we could like, it would just be an easy shoot. And the reason for the title, originally the whole thing was supposed to be on a boat. Right. So we had called it Boat Movie, and then we realized that like insurance over water is like way more expensive. And then the boat in the movie is Anna's dad's like old family boat from the 90s, and that if we wanted to use that to shoot, we would have to rent another boat to shoot like from that one to shoot the other boat. So we basically were like, oh, this isn't easy at all. But we just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of came out and adapted it to land. And then, I guess also maybe like we're also kind of socially anxious people. So that's kind of where that came from.
Nice. So, there's so many amazing lines and so much we could talk about, but I guess the thing that seems like really bold was like going into like identity humor. And how did you guys think about that? And I mean, it totally landed here, but like it's risky, right?
Yeah, you kind of never know.
Yeah.
I think maybe. So yeah, we're both like socially anxious people, and I think like we're also like, we love comedy and we love to be funny, and I think like probably like maybe the worst thing ever, my version of hell would be like me just consistently putting my foot in my mouth. And I think that sucks. And like when you see that happen to someone, like we all know how that feels. And yeah, it was a risk for sure, and like we talked about it a lot. But ultimately it was, I mean, we just felt like it needed to be something bad. Like it needed to be something that would be worth feeling really, really mortified by.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like also if those jokes, if they end up being funny, then it's not racist, right?
That's the hope.
I mean, that's my idea anyway. Or homophobic or whatever.
Or whatever, yeah.
We like cleared it with the one our friend James. We were like, James, is this okay? And he was like, well, gay man. He's like, James was the one gay. We asked the white gay man, and he gave us the approval. And then we were like, Francesca, are you comfortable like saying the F word? And like, even though, yeah. So, but there are a lot of gay people that worked on the movie. So.
Some of your best friends, or
yeah.
Well, one more white gay man is on board with it.
Cool.
So, yeah. Cool. And I guess for your character, like it's obviously you're doing comedy, but there's also just you obviously had to bring a genuine vulnerability to it. So how did you balance like being funny and also being kind of like kind of real?
That's a good question. Yeah, I feel like Anna and I, we always we like performing, but like more for the stage. And whenever we've made movies, it's been kind of just out of necessity. And I think we're always like tapping into like alter egos of ourselves or different versions of ourselves. So I think like that our characters are just, I think it's like, I don't know how to answer that question. That's a good, like, I don't really think about, I think we're just like, for this, we were thinking about Francesca, the main character, like what would make her most uncomfortable. Like, she doesn't know any of these other people, but she trusts Stephanie. And like, they went on this one date, but like, for some reason, she liked her enough to be like, okay, like, I have this trust with this one person, so like, yeah, I'll go on like a whole day with some strangers with you. And I think my character does, actually, we did talk about that a lot, about like how much I'm trying to be her ally, but also I'm not really trying that hard at all to be there for her. And it's kind of performative, so.
Yeah. And one fun fact is that like we realized when we were all on the beach, finally there, that the dynamic was like, Francesca was the outlier. Like, everyone who was there was like our best friend. And then it was Francesca, who we didn't know that well. And we sort of like have a habit of being like, we want to adopt that person as our new best friend. So we're going to do that by like putting them in a film or hiring them on a film. And now she is a friend. But that dynamic was sort of like true behind the scenes too. Not that we were like being cruel, but yeah, it played into it, I think.
Nice. Cool. Questions from the audience? Yeah?
Hey, I liked your movie. Did anything crazy happen while you were filming?
I mean, a lot. Yeah. I think like I'm sure every indie filmmaker here can attest to like when you're wearing a lot of hats, like some things slip through the cracks. And one of those things was that we didn't have bathrooms available to everyone because it was on a private beach that we had sort of like trespassed on. So we did kind of like, I think maybe one of the cruelest things I've ever done as like a director is say, this is the time to go to the bathroom, get in the car, and you're not gonna have another chance. But yeah, also the boat died the morning of the movie. Like a lot of fun little snafus.
Yeah, the boat that had, because it was a remote beach, so even though we decided not to film on the boat, we needed it to transport all of our gear because we thought that would be like the easiest way. Otherwise, you'd have to lug it through just like a trail and sand for 20 minutes. So the night before, we loaded all of the gear onto the boat, and then the morning of the shoot, the boat didn't start. So that was fun, and we had to unload all of the gear. Anna had to put it in her car and drive it to the beach, and then we did end up walking it. But the boat made it. The boat made it through, and it was able to transport the gear at the end of the day. But yeah, it was a very difficult day. It was a very difficult day.
A gas cloud expelled from Jupiter. Yes, so it didn't blow up. So everyone was fine.
I want to know if anybody got seasick when they were bobbing around in the tubes, while they were, the floaties.
If they did, they didn't feel comfortable enough to say. No, that was a massive sound issue though. That was a big ADR scene, and Francesca was incredible at ADR. So,
yeah, just sunburns. If you could tell that our friend Steven, that was a real sunburn that he got from the day, and we really, but it was funny.
Yeah. Anyone else? Go ahead.
What kind of cameras were you using?
We shot on a Alexa Mini. Yeah, our cinematographer is amazing, and she's also a director, and she's at SF Film right now, and a Rain and Grant. But anyway, she's so great. You should look up her work too, Melina Valdez.
So what are you going to be doing next?
We also just produced a feature that's doing festivals this year, which is exciting. That was the first feature we had worked on. Pretty different tonally, but very exciting.
What's the feature?
It's called Can't Go Over It. It's a trail movie. So it should have been at this festival. We kind of missed the deadline for that, but maybe one day. So that's gonna be, yeah.
There's also, we have a short in post that Steph directed that we shot in Chile that was like also a very difficult shoot with also no bathrooms. At the top of the mountain, there were no bathrooms, if I recall. But yeah, so that will be done soon. And then we're writing a feature as well. So a bunch.
Amazing. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.